If you're one of those people that's got an itch and it's called an entrepreneurial itch and you're desperate to scratch it, and maybe you're thinking, hey, look, I've seen on the internet that the online business market is worth billions and billions. And maybe you're thinking the two could be combined. Surely you can scratch that itch and take a small slice. I mean, let's face it, 1% of billions and billions will do us all very nicely. If you're one of those people that's thinking, I got to do something because I'm caught in the corporate rat race or there's too much month for my money, if that is something that, those combination of things, if one or all of them are, ringing the bell for you, then welcome, because this is the Build Your Online Business Using Groove podcast show with me, your host, Nigel T. Best. I am delighted and thrilled that you're here. I can't believe you've done it. There's so many things out there that you can choose, and I'm so grateful that you've come here to give this one a try. Now, the key thing is that you're probably thinking, well, hold on a second. Hold on, Nige, what's it got to do? Who are you? What can you do? What can you give to me? Because we're all tuning in thinking, what's in it for me? Let's face it. Well, the idea is that I use my business know-how, skills, knowledge, etc. to share with you so that you can turbocharge, super accelerate, shortcut your way in terms of time taken to your online business success. I love seeing people succeed. People maybe just like you. And nothing gives me greater pleasure than being able to share something and see the results for people. Now, what could I share? Well, my background is kind of business. Believe it or not, I'm a qualified accountant, but I've run a business, £1 million business, a 7-figure business for a number of years, probably getting on for 20 years, 100 plus staff, lots of things come up, and, you learn from it, don't you? And what I want to do is share that. Now, over the last, you're probably thinking, well, is it online? No, it's not fundamentally online, but nothing these days can, escape the online world. You've got to be a part of it. I don't care whether you love it, hate it, or anything in between. You've got to be a part of it. And the thing with business is you've got to be always open-minded to where the future lies. Which way is it going? Which way the market's going? Which way are your customers going in terms of accessing products or service? Who are your competitors? What's out there? Have you got the finger on the pulse? Are you ready to pivot and flex and change direction and embrace and enhance and run with the latest things? If that is you to a T, if you can feel that in your very bones, that you're the one that wants to get out and do that, you've been stifled for so long, you've got a head full of knowledge, you've got loads of skills and experience, and you want to get out there and share it with people because people have a problem and you've got the solution, well, again, you're in the right spot. Because hopefully with my skills and knowledge and experience, I will be able to get you on that path quicker than you ever thought possible, and potentially growing things bigger than you ever dared dream of. How does the podcast work? Well, the podcast, we're going to go through, some of the basics that you need in order to create an online business. So we'll talk about all the usual things, domains, how to pick a company name, secure your domain, how to maybe create a website, how to do, get to know all the software, what are the issues, is email dead, how do you market, how do you find your customer, what's your customer thinking, what's the language you should use for your customer, and we're going to give you step-by-step ideas, plans, strategies with which you can, as I say, grab them, run with them. And I hope you are 100 times more successful than me, or even the same in terms of success as me. That would be good. Pretty good, wouldn't it? Yeah. All right. So how it works, we're going to talk about things, talk about some of the issues that what we do, we like to have a look and see what people are talking about, what's holding people back, what are the obstacles, the barriers, the mindset, the belief, the values that people have that sometimes they're not the greatest beliefs. And sometimes we've got to fight against, our inner voice. So, for example, if I said to you, here you go, would you mind just getting up on stage and selling that to those people that you've never met before? A lot of people might well be sort of having their stomach lurch and thinking, oh, goodness me, I've got to hold up, get up on stage. Right. I'm already got sweaty palms with that. I'm going to have to talk to them, public speaking. I'm out, sort of thing. But the final thing, could you sell something to these people? That's kind of the trio of nightmares for a lot of people. But, what do people say when you ask them about, have you started your online business yet? I tell you what they tell me. They tell me that the problems they face are the technology. They're not very good with tech. Maybe it's the time that they've got because they've got a job, the full-time job. This is something to be done on the side, and they don't have much time. And then also they say, look, money's tight, and I really can't spend too much on this. I need to kind of work at it, low cost, low risk sort of thing. And they say they are all the things holding them back. Well, let me tell you, what I've found over the years is that the tech, the time, and the money are not what hold people back. The things that hold people back are the things that go on in your head. And that can be a fear of selling, a fear of being judged, a fear of people seeing you fail, a fear of people sort of turning around and saying, what are you selling that for? What are you playing at? Online business, you need to get back to something sensible. We are, paralyzed by these sort of things. And when it comes to asking for a sale, we struggle with our parents, our kids, our friends, the people that love us who will give us the benefit of the doubt. They'd probably buy a broken stick off you if they had enough sympathy. But if it came down to actually being able to take something that maybe you've created and it solves a problem, even if, and I know this is a crazy example, but could you imagine you had the cure for a disease and you were scared to go out and sell that to somebody, even if it was for just $1? If you didn't dare ask someone, well, I know you've got that terrible illness. If I gave you this particular solution, I think it would cure you. It's only $1. Many people wouldn't even get to that point. And I think it's those sort of fears that we have, those kind of beliefs, those values that we've grown up with. Maybe they've been instilled in us by family, friends, education, maybe your surroundings, your environment. Maybe it's what you see on the TV. Maybe it's long-held traditional beliefs that you are really, really battling to overcome. You will always deny that. I do. I've denied it. I've denied that I've got an issue with money. Money is the root of all evil. Well, the love of money is the root of all evil. Money doesn't grow on trees. What do you think I am, made of money? Those sort of things kind of put me off. And when people said, oh, it's not good to be rich, stinking rich, filthy rich, horrible people, the rich are horrible people, I didn't want to be a horrible person. I wanted people to like me. And in my head, I felt that if I began to accumulate money or wealth, people would somehow not like me. And so I self-sabotage and undermine and put myself down and run away from making money. And that is incredibly hard to overcome. It's taken me a long time. I haven't got there yet. I haven't fully conquered it yet, but I'm getting better at it. If that's something that you think, oh my goodness, that's me, then stay tuned. We're going to be talking about some of these things and how you can overcome them, how you can change your mindset, how that mindset might be absolutely ruining your chance of doing anything, online, offline, whatever it is. It could be holding you back. But for a lot of us, and at times, you'll find yourself waking up at night, sweaty palms, cold sweat, all that sort of thing, worried about, okay, how am I going to make this work? What will people say when I fail? And you've already written yourself off. You've already condemned yourself to failure. And now you are worried about how people are going to judge you. What are they going to say? What are they going to be pointing fingers at you as you walk down the street and things like that? Are they going to be trolling you online? Are they going to be horrible? Are they going to be nasty? Are you going to get people phoning up saying, what have you sold me this for? This is rubbish. Customer service nightmares. The feedback's awful. Before we know it, folks, we have spiraled into the depths of a sort of an unrealistic situation, because we haven't even created anything yet. We haven't even done it yet. And we're already condemning ourselves to failure. Well, what happens then? Well, people don't even try. They shy away. The Build Your Online Business here, the purpose of this show is to try and overcome those, because Rome wasn't built in a day. Your online business is not going to be built in a day. You look at it now, any public building that goes up, I'm sure it happened in Roman times when they're going, you're going to build a temple there. Are you mad? What a waste of money. You're going to build a forum there. Are you mad? What a waste of money. You're going to build a Colosseum there. Are you mad? What a waste of money. All of them will have had their detractors. But there will also probably have been a bigger silent majority who actually applauded what was going on, who actually thought, do you know what? I love this. And you've got to take confidence and strength from the fact that there will be people out there who won't necessarily jump up and down, hoop and holler, and, high five you and all the rest of it, but they will look on and just nod with appreciation at what you are endeavoring to do, what you are trying to build, what you are going to create. And you won't hear from them. They won't be there encouraging you at the moment, but just take stock in the fact that I guarantee they are out there. Maybe they haven't heard of you yet. Maybe they're unaware of how good a solution you've got to your problem, to their problem, I should say. Do they realize who you are yet? No, of course not. Will they in time become your raving fans, your biggest customers, your greatest advocates? I think they will. And folks, if you stick with this, if you stay here long enough, if you listen, we're going to show you how you can, when people talk about, and when I mentioned earlier, the technology, the time and the money, I think they hide the real thing that's holding people back. So as I say, the real thing I think holding us back is what's in our head. So if you can gain some strength from the fact that, okay, the only people I'm going to hear from early doors are going to be the naysayers, the critics, the mindless sort of, they've never done it, but they're an expert judging you. We've all met them, haven't we? Someone's busy building a bridge or something and they drive past and they go, oh, they don't want to build it like that. You should do, they've got no skills, no experience, no knowledge. They're going to be all talk, all shout, all bark. Ignore them. Ignore them. Try and quieten them down. Let them, do their thing. They'll disappear. And as you stick at your task, as you stick at building your online business, those silent people who are going to really love you, going to really appreciate you, going to become perhaps part of your community, your biggest supporters, maybe even future business partners, maybe some great friends, maybe the sort of people that you just love to surround yourself with because they're so full of positive energy. They are going to slowly be drawn to you, but you've got to stay the course. You've got to stay the course, folks. Nothing comes easily or quickly when it comes to something like this. Nobody expects you to build a business overnight. Nobody expects you to become an overnight success. I mean, when they say, oh, they're an overnight success, if you actually talk to them, it's been 10 years in the making. And, I'm not saying it's going to take 10 years, but give yourselves 10 years. What else are we going to do? Time's going to pass anyway, isn't it? 10 years is going to come and go. My goodness me, I look back now, 10 years seems to have happened in the blink of an eye. So why not give yourselves plenty of leeway? Give yourselves the luxury of having 10 years where you're going to have ups and you're going to have downs. You're going to have flat bits. You're going to have great jumps forward, leaps forward. You're going to scale a dizzying height, get to a new plateau, but then it is going to plateau. And then maybe it tails off and then it comes back again. Get yourself ready for building an online business where it is a bit like a roller coaster. And sometimes the bits as you grow bigger can be terrifying because you are worried that when you go over the top, it's going to be downhill from there on. But just remember, as you go downhill on a roller coaster, it's exciting, isn't it? I think it's exciting going up, the anticipation, and then the thrill of getting the speed. It depends on your perspective. And when it comes to building your online business, your perspective at the moment is probably, it's the tech, the time, and the money. They are mountains. I'm never going to overcome them. I want to, in this podcast, this show, and the people that we talk to and the topics that we talk about, I want you to change your perspective. Because when you change your perspective, if you are always looking up at something, you will see it as a mountain. If you're looking down on it, you might just see it as a molehill. And you can step over molehills. No one would expect you to step over a mountain, but change your perspective, shrink the reason that you think that's an obstacle, de-risk it, get the knowledge, get the experience, get the plan, the guide, and all of a sudden your perspective changes and you can, just make molehills out of all those mountains. What does that mean? It means you can keep moving forward quicker than if you've got to always scale a mountain. All right. That was quite a bizarre analogy. What you'll find in the podcast is that we talk about lots of things. Lots of ideas come into my head. I might well go off tangent. I might well sort of throw in some weird things, but hopefully you stick with it. And the common thread is always, I want to encourage you. I want to give you the confidence. I want to give you the tools and the beliefs in yourself that yes, you are the one. You are the only one of you. You are the only one of you that has that idea, and you are the only one of you with that idea that can build that business. And I want to help you do it. I want you to get out there, find your tribe, find your community, find your customers, the people who have been looking for that thing that's been missing, the problem solver. And that problem solver is you. And you are going to help them. And in exchange for that help, they're going to say, that is so valuable to me. That is just so brilliant, amazing, incredible. I'm going to buy it from you. I'm going to buy it maybe more than once. I'm going to buy lots. I'm going to buy all sorts. I'm going to tell my friends. They're going to love it. And they're going to be the ones who were silent in the beginning, waiting for you to build your business. They're the ones that suddenly, when they begin to see your marketing and they hear about it and they see what you're talking about and they see how you can solve people's problems, they're the ones who are going to stand up and they're going to put their hand up and they're going to say, that's me. I'm in that situation. You can help me. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. And they're going to love you for it and they're going to buy from you. And the secret to a business is quite simple. People have a problem. You have a solution. In exchange for you giving them that solution, they will pay you. And the amount they pay is more than everything it costs you to make that solution. That is the secret of a business. To sell something and give people, in exchange for their money, the value, the solution, the answer that they would probably turn around and say, do you know what? I'd pay you twice as much, to be honest. I think it's an absolute bargain. The value I get from it, the benefit I get from it is incredible. Incredible. And I am so grateful that not only do I love it, love you, your products, your company, your business, but I'm going to tell all my friends. I'm going to tell all my friends and I'm going to help share the love of this business that you are creating. Folks, this is in your hands. nobody else's. It's in your hands. But at this moment, you might think, I don't know where to start. I'm actually feeling, so excited, so utterly sort of, full of enthusiasm, anticipation. You are literally salivating at the prospect of getting out there and doing this. But you're thinking, I don't know where to start. Well, it starts here. And it starts by hitting follow, subscribe, so that you keep here within the group, keep here within the show. You keep listening to the show, watching here on YouTube, listening on the podcast player, and just thinking to yourself, yes, this is my weekly dose of motivational, uplifting, I can do it, but with a substance of we'll give you help, strategies, maybe a detailed plan, step by step, certain things you can do. We will point you in the direction of being able to clarify and simplify. So you may be overwhelmed at the moment. I've got so much to do. I have got, there's so many things. And, how on earth do I work out which one I do first? Well, hopefully in the podcast, we will help point you in the right direction, the same direction as the direction you need in order to succeed. And it starts right now. I'm going to put up here on top, there is, if you have a look at that, if you go there, you're probably thinking, I know I need lots of software to get online. We're going to talk about another podcast episode and go into it in more detail. But you're probably thinking, oh my goodness, I've heard this online business, you need all sorts. I probably need a website. I need things to do with emails. Oh, webinars would be good. Memberships. I think membership sites are amazing. E-commerce, that would be good. How do I do my products, my checkouts? How do I do that? Organize things, maybe videos and all these things, and all different bits of software. There's a million bits of software. And you probably, if you go off, you'll see on another episode, I talk about it, and I just say, you could spend the rest of your life trying to work out which is the best one. Well, I'm going to tell you right here, right now, go to that link up there, www.bit.ly/Nigel Groove. It'll take you to a landing page of, as you can see, we are the Build Your Online Business using Groove. It'll take you to the landing page of Groove. Groove is a suite of software. We're not sponsored by them, but that is our affiliate link up there. And, I think it's great because it covers all the major bits of software, the apps that you need to do everything you need to do to get your business online. And the amazing thing is you can start for free. You can get a free account. It doesn't run out after 3 days, 7 days, 14 days. That free account will give you access so you can follow the show. You can see the other stuff. You can have a look at our training. You can join our membership. You can get going and get comfortable with this. I know that time might be an issue. So you can spend a little bit of time or periods of time where you can do this and you're not incurring costs. This is such a low cost, low risk way of doing things. And rather than working out, oh my goodness, but this bit of software says it's the number one and that one and all the rest of it, you have to integrate all those bits of software. I want to get rid of it. I said I would clarify, simplify, and help you reduce overwhelm. Yes, there's loads of alternatives, but what I'm saying is all our training uses this bit of software. So you've probably done some training where someone says, oh, just click on this. And you go, well, on my version, there isn't a button doing that, or it's called something else. It becomes hard work, doesn't it? If you want to do other software, fine, go find that elsewhere. If you want to stick with Groove and with us and help you build your online business using just one piece of software, then go to that link, bit.ly/Nigel Groove. All right. There'll be a link in the show notes anyway for that. So there you go. That's that. In terms of Nigel, is there anything here? This is a podcast. Have you got any resources for us, or is there anywhere we can go? Well, coming across the top here is our website, www.groove.builders with an S /build is our membership. And let me just quickly tell you about that. The membership in there, what we do is we give content training There's a big resources thing with all the content and training that we've been doing for, months and months and months and months and months. And also what it does is it gives you access to live Q&A sessions. We're doing a couple of sessions a month. So if you've got technical queries, business queries, you just want some help, we've even jumped in live, where you can take over someone's computer, and we've done the changes there and then and help people out. So that's been great. Those little things that sometimes hold you up, we've gone in, problem solved them immediately. Other people have had questions. How do I do this? What should I be thinking here? That's where you can get online with us on a live session, and we'll try and blitz you and coach you, mentor you, and solve some of your tech problems as well through those. So people love it. Thank you to all our members. We love you in there. And you're probably thinking, okay, so there's a membership, so that's quite a good sell. Well, yeah, we'd love you to join us. We think we provide great value. So here's the first thing. When I was talking build your online business, you got to get comfortable with selling. I can tell you right now that a number of years ago, I would have done everything but ask someone to buy something. I thought it was rude. I thought it was bad form. I thought it was off-putting. I thought it wasn't me. I thought I was being honorable somehow doing that. And yet when I spoke to people afterwards, they said, do you know what? When you were talking, I was ready to buy it, but you didn't seem to have anything to sell, so I never did. And I suddenly realized and thought, wow, all I had to do was ask people for the sale. And so when I talk about this and, going across the top there, groove.builders/build, there is the access to the membership. Now, depending on when you're listening to this and depending on where we are, have a look, because it might be that you can get 30 days access for $1. Now, I told you I want to do the clarify, simplify, de-risk it, make it easy, give you plenty of chance. It's low cost, $1. If you can't afford $1, I suggest go and listen to some true crime podcast or something like that. See if you can work out how to do the perfect bank robbery, and then you'll come back and, you'll be able to pay whatever you want for a membership. But on the basis that I just really want you to join in, be part of something, get the most from it, give yourself the best chance of building your online business. Go check those sort of things out. All right, don't forget, I'm putting up there, sliding across there, hit the subscribe. So there we are. That's the first episode of the podcast. And I tried recording this before, and I tried doing it off a script, and it's terrible. I'm probably not much better just doing it off the top of my head. But is it off the top of my head, or is it from my heart? Folks, it's from my heart. So I'm talking to you right now. I want our entrepreneurial hearts to connect. I want you to feel that, hang on, there is something else for me. I do have a solution. I do have knowledge. I do have skills. I want to share them. I want to, if not make it my full-time thing, maybe just something that just help bring in a few more dollars. Maybe it just helps me connect with an audience. You feel that you're meant for something more than what you're doing at the moment. You've got something that other people will want. Other people will be grateful for. Other people will pay you for. And all I want to do is give you the courage, the nerve, the confidence to get out there and build your online business. My name's Nigel T. Best, and I will see you in the next episode. Until then, bye for now.